Adishima Mama Sanso, Emma Wakwaba, Bemesha Casena, said the Amesha, said the Electoral Commission and Akache or the Baba to just say, I had a new voters register. Ya Quenya seeing Yakwa register is on the two just say, you bet me at the birth certificate, Sanso and a Ghana card DB, it me Aquayeno, and Numan Penny for the Baba to just say, any Echemu, Oti region, and also T Empatem Hong Kobena, and any Aquenya to me Ghana card no, it's me a new voters register.
Out of the over 16 million persons who registered at the end of the exercise, 60.09% of citizens used the Ghana card. 37.99% registered through the guarantor system, and 1.92% registered with their passports. The region with the highest number of persons who use the Ghana card is the Oti region, where 79.1% of the registered population presented the Ghana card. They were followed by the Eastern region, where 78.5% of applicants presented the Ghana card. The Western North region came third, with 76.9% of the registered population presenting Ghana cards. Regarding the use of the guarantor system, the Bodo East region recorded the highest use of the guarantor system, with 58.5% registering through guarantors. They are followed by the Bodo region and the Ahafo region. In both regions, 57.7% of the registered population use the guarantor system. We will now turn our attention to the number of persons who registered without fingerprints. A number of applicants who presented themselves for registration have lost their fingerprints. This made it impossible for the scanners to capture their fingerprints. This was, however, not unexpected, and these applicants will be verified on election day using our facial recognition feature. At the end of the registration exercise, the number of persons who were registered without fingerprints amounted to 61,995. This represents 0.37% of the total number of persons registered. Those who presented themselves for registration have lost their fingerprints. This made it impossible for the scanners to capture their fingerprints. This was, however, not unexpected, and these applicants will be verified on election day using our facial recognition feature. At the end,
Omampeni Abedi Dr. Mamudu Baumia Edaba Betuja say Omampeni Dada John Dramani Mahama and Smawodo ya onenam ya okakakano e ade chese ntumi ntwe ye kra e wo manga ne maisan so manga ne mudie so pese wo ka asema na chese wo ye adwuma no na wo ka ensem no ede ko na momu akasa dos na se adwuma no ntumi amba na ensem ma ka nyina no ne nyina ankusiaga.
We are in an election year, and we are hearing a lot of promises from the former president. A lot of promises. You really, after some time, you even wonder whether he has been in office before. I mean, you think that that is new. This is a new person. But former President Mahama is not a new quantity. He is a known quantity who has been in office for 8 years as Vice President and President. What the youth of this country should ask is, what did John Mahama do for the youth in 8 years of government? Promises are one thing, but deeds and actions are another. Actions speak louder than words. And John Mahama's record of incompetence has already spoken very loudly. President Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO has demonstrated an understanding of the issues faced by the youth and has done something about it. Inshallah, his second term in office will be transformational for this country, with the youth at the center of that transformation.
Frank AKUFO Edma NDC amanyoko ni anidin ene omampenda da John Dramani Mahama edaba betudwa se eden ko bebe na ena kasa edetia NDC amanyoko na ye yahodo nko a ena chese ekoso ho no da betudwa se nya de NDC amanyoko no ebetena se ayenhwehan ma ko bebe na aka nsem ahodo eda form no mo sanso etwa madapa so ede apeso.
Without mentioning words, I must state that we're in danger of losing our way. And today our country is at a crossroads in our democratic dispensation. We used to be the shining lights and point of reference in Africa when it comes to the independence and integrity of our democratic institutions. Today all these gains we proudly achieved as a people, as a country, are being eroded and setting us back several decades. A few days ago, I talked about the tragedy that has befallen us, and permit me to restate. I said, this particular tragedy is the destruction and politicization of our institutions, a judiciary that lacks impartiality, an oppressed parliament, a pliant electoral commission, an auditor general hounded out of office, a misused military, anti-corruption institutions in bondage, and an intimidated media and a terrified moral society. Let me also add that not stopping there, the future generation of young people that we are nurturing, teaching and preparing to take over from us, have been deliberately perverted because of the insatiable desire to stay in power at all costs. Almost everything that we had as a people, as a country, we had held dear and sacred, are intentionally being corrupted in furtherance of selfish political ends. But my brothers and sisters, no matter where we have belonged on the political divide, this is a time for us to unite and act together to save our country. We cannot sit silently and look on as our nation slips towards decadence and dictatorship. It is not about me, John Mahama. Indeed, it's about Ghana. Indeed, I have received complaints from men of God to call government to order, and its unfair treatment and sometimes targeted attacks on them for speaking out against injustice. My running mate, Professor Nana Jenopoku-Ajiman, whom I'm presenting to you today, has been encouraged by, a few days ago by the Osumanche, to be strong and courageous in the face of what he feared would be a barrage of insults and attacks on her person, just because she has decided to serve her country at the highest level, to help shape its destiny and ensure shared prosperity for all. Indeed, these unprovoked attacks and insults and lies have already started, but I can assure you and all Ghanaians that Nana Jane and myself will never engage in insults and name-calling of our opponents in response.
Frank AKUFO abedieche Edma NDC amanyoko ni yanidin ene Professor Nana Opoku-Ajiman edaba betudwa se sesia no oso mutumi hwe yie papa esanse nema hodo ya ekoso ewo manga na mase no oso mutumi ehwe amanyofo no omonhwe ne momu nhwe obia kenya so nkonkoto aba enfam no mumu no omankasa enhwe ma pepeye entumi enkoso na mumu so no se to aba no so ewia de bepiem ababia no bia enfa na so pamu no ntumi ntane nyonko a odi nkonim no echire.
In the sense that from its founder right up to our leaders, the concern is for the vulnerable. He used his power to empower, to create peace. May we use the little power he gives us also to empower and to create peace, just as he has left for us. So we are requesting humbly that you continue to pray for us, to keep the examples of sacrifice, the examples of selflessness, of placing others before ourselves, of placing our country before individuals, and in all of it praying that our outcomes may be pleasing to him. Therefore, I will not speak much because my boss has spoken already, but to thank you for making time to be with us this morning and to continue to ask for our cooperation. We all know we need a peaceful country. We know the role Christianity has played, not only in the country, in our community, or in our families, but in our individual lives. May we let all that preaching that has gone on from Sunday school up to this time count for something, so that when we say the vast majority of our country make up Christians, it also is demonstrated in how we tolerate views that are dissenting from ours, how we respect other people, and how we avoid the use of language that is not edifying, and how we avoid the use of force just to coerce people and prevent them from thinking. Thank you very much. May God bless all of us.
So for penny ya ono eneda eye Pentecostal Charismatic Council ano ya ni din ene Reverend Professor Paul Frimpong manso edaba betudwa say abato afemu na ye ya koi enti dane danya no na nkrofo bi mu anasa asofo bi mu asofo edrifo anasa trufo ni bi no dan je no mo kan sema hodo edefa abato hunto sa asem ni nya yete a Ghana for yembo entungu esansa asofo ne bebe na ena aso waka so me kan sema hodo ede afa abato ye de yanimi ehu.
First and foremost, whenever you want to speak to the public, there are three things you must consider. First, you have to go and appeal to the intellect. You have to go with facts that can be proven and substantiated. Because you go there and you throw something, you can prove it and defend it. And when you have the facts, you go there also to appeal to the emotion, to get the people to show empathy with you, to draw the person to you. And then after you got the emotion, then you appeal to the will. So for every message that goes out, we appeal to the intellect through facts that can be substantiated and justified. Then you draw the person through your humor, your lifestyle, your stories, and everything. You get the person to you, then you appeal to the decision. I've also said something here which I want to mention. As we go out, whatever we put out is a data. So the way we presented it will help the people analyze it and give meanings. So whatever you say, you throw it into the public domain, it is interpreted by history, by your ideology, and by the environment or the common practice. So we must know that people can twist our mind, our words, and give meaning to it, and it is not normally like that. So we must be able to package our message so much that the distortions and all the things that they want to mispresent you will be minimized. I've also written something here. As we are getting closer to the elections, my fellow politicians and pastors, there has been a practice of people prophesying about elections. I want to say in no uncertain terms that these things are wrong and fake and false, and we should not bang our hopes on them. If I have a car, I have to drive it. The car will not move. God has given the power to choose the leader through elections, through campaigns, through the ballot box. If it will be through prophecies, there will not be the need for elections and campaigns and ballot boxes. So dear politicians, these people can exploit you, they can create confusion, and they will make things wrong.
Adeshimamba ya home kase ne so ne ntwa hombra ye ba ye besan so ato akase ne so ebiem.
Shopping now, say I just got from your first side. Yatisu.com.
Oh yes, Yatisu.com. And one is who online. So I order shopping beer with here. Say your footsteps, provisions, bibiara, or badly van in terms of our office and also fee how cry.
What? Where do you say beer cost? They are so reliable.
Oh yes, offices, bank, businessmen and women. Over to you. Office our items beer. Never you sue the only you. Link our factory Yatisu.com. Ebe content.
Wow, this is too good to ignore.
Exactly. Companies do traders. One from shops money beer. And with that one dear beer so Yatisu.com so ebe beer kind. I'm a good dear kosuwa. Yatisu.com. Fayense see our telephone 055-000-0090 and 055-000-0091. Yatisu.com. Yatisu.com. We deliver all your orders to your doorstep.
Diamond Beauty Soap. Everything is secret.
I'm going to must never talk about since I'm going to be about. I have given me a pa. That you might sound mocha. 4 mocha.
Senegal, Nigeria, Togo, London, Germany, and no one will be a conwasem. No one was to go for the body. I'm going to talk a sea bakuma. A wall semester in about in different sizes. And yet, I was a good ticket about. And what many was saying, yet the natural ingredients, honey, shea butter, cocoa butter, vegetable oil, and about in different fragrances. It is a lemon, I will pay heaven, I will pay. And not say apple, and coma obia.
They also say, Nana, you won't come with Diana. Yes, so, Mamma, you need to papa.
I am getting sure said Diamond logo, Edamo. Diamond Beauty Soap. AKUFO-ADDO.
Keep yourself and your whole family safe with mobile disinfectant spray. It contains hypochlorous acid, which makes it safe for everyone, including babies. Eliminate harmful bacteria or viruses on and around you by disinfecting your airspace. Simply spray into the air or use in your hands to keep them clean. When you are with friends, disinfect your airspace. At work with your colleagues, disinfect your airspace. Even when hanging out with family, disinfect your airspace. It can also be applied in the kitchen, on doorknobs, anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. Disinfect your airspace with mobile disinfectant spray.
Hey guys, my name is Oba. As a growing child, you need to watch the television station that thinks about you. The content that develops you. From Monday to Friday, Green TV brings you Kids Corner. Kids Corner, learning made fun. Green TV, your TV for life.
Ghana for they say they said who say omemu nkomo no atete seninti na hotwe mu nyina no yeyi nafuo mienu e de si ho no mo na ya pensen sama wodo a ebe ma no ho so e Ghana mu asai eno nti ye tonsa afre o ma mu ni mo de e wa asem a aba ye beka ho asem say ya amanyosem no ye tonsa afre e ye MPP NDC CPP anasa manyokuo bia no ye hwemu a na yi ba akwa betena ase na ensem no ya pensen nse abanyosem a say ne beka no ndi omukọ
NDC World Bank, and Ghana na World Bank, one NDC. Hey, Maminka, Mutuminka, the Becamamu, Mutuminka, anything a Musuno, World Bank, Togo, Yasiano, period. We saw that.
Say, I in some Susua, say in the back.
Should not feel sorry. As I said, feel ashamed of our now, the mistake I report, you feel your man, and then we put that we say,
Sir, teacher for some Swat, say the Babano.
If you are not learning, the devil has for people who are empty. If you are not doing anything, that is when mischief and other things come in. That's why you would like to go with boys. That's why you would like to go and smoke. They should stay at home and learn.
Assemblyman na se ensem bi ekoso ne pata mu nso a say na some man so dia ebeko no.
And you see, Afole is doing her best. We, the assembly members, don't have any problem with Afole. We have no single problem with Afole. Then you have on my year, can you pay time? Now, leader bear or you good. COVID-19 corona yabe. Oh, I said, Oma, and a few catchers said, "Da, wada, sorry." No, we don't do that.
Say DC, MP, Minister B, and some of the man home minister Biara, ever Ghana had here. This is Green TV, so a man come up to the Nina, Abrawo, and into a brother, and you may not watch it, because see, non chrono. A man come on at the Bebro. Sounds so, Yawada, and you may not watch it, Gafum non chrono, so it was so at the Abro. And memory you may be what Yami, a damages so, and an ampem, dark or damn it. O memu komo de Simon no sempa dia na se nsema ho de bɔ no ho mmere so ɛwɔ ye Ghana ha pa dia ade Green TV so na me ampem da ko me de hu chame e de ama ho Green TV, your TV for life. Afanya misonya jumana nyami besraem obrae boya emoya murae ebe ya efiyana.
Adeshimamba mesanso emwakwa babem ewia prem to break kase na mguso amaking kan edema woko Facebook Green TV Ghana na we like na wa share no ma onyonko so etumi enya bi ohono nso etumi ahwe se kase na mpa de ekoso o man Ghana mu no eni nyane abon bede eni de ba besomo se osompa ewo Green TV kase eso na meto kase ne so biem asanso ede amawode a ene na eye Energy Commission penny for at the Ababa to justice say dear Omuguso Shese near Mahodo and can electrical appliances are then your mokra edifi amanone at the Banoma Beshe, no met me akumiti here papa, no met me ashe, na lebu hodo, so much be born with so do neman if yamanone nasa what they bar, nasa bibi 8 miss and moon samanuko e announces a wemo and it me at the baye.
Amaniba efi Energy Commission ho eba enyina ne se yade omdi nefu amakuma akomiensa ede esi ho echeche omanfo ene omamodi omho ahye enyinam kanea adwumam se ne be ya ne omahodo a omkokofa efi obi man so ede babeton omanfo no omo betumi ato ne dia na so mbehu ne bobre ansana ometumi aton ede ama omanfo na sanhyiemudie eyade na mpanyufo a omodi sanhyiemudie hyehyɛ so no omo hwɛ nim se omanfo anase enkrofo omko akofa sa nyome ede afi obi man so no omo behu senia esene fata ansa na ometumi aton ede ama omanfo no muso etumi de di omdwumadi ahodo ewo mu fie ene efie ahodo mu emra Green kase ebopin kwankyerefo a ono eneda renewable energy and energy efficiency ne din ene ononyamfo AKUFO-ADDO edakon na omne ne chichi nkomo ne nsam ahodo kan nyina ne se eyade asa nhyiemudie omo hye anim se ebeko na wieye no na omanfo etumi ehu senia ese na efata se enyoma ahodo bi a woton ede ama omanfo no ubehu esomfa so ansa na wato na emom enkoba ne se usika kakra wo penti na chese wo man ho so power nyoma bi a nhye danse na emfata na chese wo ton ede ama omanfo anesa
wiase adwane agya no tine se ipejam na enenia ekoso wiase na nyina eyepe enti impejam no ho aba bi hia se nipa we se no mo adwadifo no wo mu hia pa ewo se de be yi anase enye yi enu nti ene ye from hanu so momra ne no mu ni nkomo ne nkyerɛ ba bia afi ye page adwumadie no anase susudua ana standards na afi ba bia ye page no de akwakusi ene ensakraya aba ehomra aye regulations no nso emu se ne be yom beti ase omaboabo omo ho na nyame ya aduma isi afofoforo mu a aye de sai adwumadie no ebeye adwuma ya de sai susudua no beye diduma no na anyom mpofuru mu asem na emom na omada omo so eno nti na efro des sa ne ma no wenum na eton nipa ye hiomo sa ne ma no moton na no na me kira wo se susudua ne ye de ye adwuma no etwom nti se ye pejam ene ye oni mo ne bi won so te se ceiling fan say na yini eho susudua bia eno so afi ne ye ho susudua enti na ese ma omo te ase na omo sha ase bo ho in fact ko enim no te se fan eno so ba be te se air conditioner ene fridge eno so star ba bo ho sa eno so okwa akoto a so hwe se sa star no bo ho se emra no edimu no ye de be ye adwuma sa pepe ne be ye television and so saa na ebe ye hwe animu se efiri sa mre kokosi nimfie miensa so no na efiri enema ye di adwuma wo fie kitchen ekokosi office nani na timi anya standards and living bibiti se blender microwave oven saa ne ma we nyina ebuso a ye di ho adwuma ama eno so baba benya standards na asem ni nyina po ne se aho ewiase technology sa habefo kwan e fa so ye ne ma no etumrika enti wo antumrika ni nachi a obegina no ebedwane agya ne dwane gyawa ne ho sunsu aso ne se obia sesa ntontro bia na ori aba okuro obia sesa ntontro bia na ori aba okuro ano no obro ni fa na dumping na je sa wo de oburo ho akwa e bola ene ma enye ene de bro na no ne fa si yesi ho kwan eninti na ye sa standard si nyina de bia ne ye ba ho dawro se lebo okoto ade a se lebo e wo ho no dwumadi ne tirimu po na mayi a kire de no mo
adehye ene efiewrafo eko edaba betu dwase kamera se MC ya ne din ene Alhaji Alidu Seidu ayade asesi ano aban asase bi ya eda ho no papa yi fa kwanbone so etumi ton de ma enkrofo na asase de na nkomu susu senka aban ne nipenifo ba besi aresabia ho no na so munim de nta papa yi ankasa tonton asase ne bi de ma enkrofo na ebi mo so san so fa aban ensase ne bi ho no
to plunder state property using his office. As at 4th August 2020, surveyors were on this land, picking bearings to demarcate the land into plots. The following day, 5th August 2020, pillars have been planted on the demarcated plots, as you can see all around. The association also erected 4 metallic billboards the following day with the inscription, "Keep off government land."
I'm not here responding to any form of a group anywhere, whether it's a landlords association or whatever it is, but to bring my name into a frame of connivance. It is very important that I clear that sort of mischief. Let me also state it clearly that no amount of diversion will take my mind off what I focus on. My focus now is to see to it that the works of the president is done and done well within the municipality of Ahenkorah Mampong, and to also continue with my campaign of snatching the seat for 2020 within this year of 2020 for Aswanso constituency. That is my focus now. But let me also state clearly from here that there is no single, or there is no iota of truth in such a mischievous kind of issues that is being peddled across by these sort of people. What I do know is that lands are for chiefs. Whoever knows account tradition and custom will know where lands or who land owner is. Now, the ball buying that you see there is under the care of Kenya Sehene. Kenya Sehene, I remember the case when this issue came up. Together with the Landlords Association, we went to the Kenya Sehene. I told them that I, as the municipal chief executive, before my predecessor had handed over the handing over notes to me, no mention was made of ball buying lands. There wasn't any document that I have come to meet at the office, only to see a letter purporting to be talking about a settlement of dispute between the chief and some of the occupants of Bobai lands.
Me before akonya no na me nana mo a omo Bobai e de beto manim se me nana me bedi na ade bema owusu agemai oma omo biase omo mosesen na say 2012 na eye mutaka MP omo kobubu sa me nana mo no ba bia me nana de asase no ma omo se omo mosesen no enti omo se omo de asem no akokot enti omo de honkrata e be kire me a ese me kokot na me ko ekoyima no enti me so me frɛ omo se omo mra na me frɛ MC a oho na me frɛ former MC ene mutaka MP current MP say asem say na ye de abeto manim say asase a me nana de ma omo no wono esi ho kwan say omo nya adwuma no na eti say ampa me ne na hia ne Bobai landlord association ene me nana mo nyina transo be emprensia eti me jinkrata ho nyina emma current MC ya wote so de woka wo omu nyina enim ne say hand over note a ya de ma no asase bie ne ho no ma ewo Bobai e kire se eye assembly no edia enti wono de woni documents bia obetimi edi ho adanse enu nti na ma wono de krata ekokoto se assembly ne de sa asem no omonka ho na omunni eho bi so eka nka jon so maka amate nti ne mutaka MP ono so documents a kire se asase no eye MCA no wono ena ese hwa eye aban dia ena nkolai eje free omusem wono krata owo ho no wono so won famra ampa wodin krata no e ma landlord association for say omofa me kire me beji krata ni nyina hwemu me hwemu no me se hye mo ma ne te asese bibie ni wa edi adanse kire se asase no ye assembly ne dia enti asase no me maje e da to akwan no
adehye ye watruba asantimantemu edaba betu dwaso samoso ya dandan nyamudi sudwuma ne samoso no etumi asai ento mo sire aban anipanifo so mo bro magye papa esanse dan ne gyina no omukọ na so mukọ ye adwuma samoso yi so a eno mudi dwuma ento mpese mo hwe na bibia etumi ekonkan edemo Siade ni echemu awotruba ye wo asantimantemu a adehye bi ye ho de aba betu dwase kame samoso ye mudi so adwuma no atete asai ebubu enti omo echempinifo se omo bro magye papa no mutumi embeye ensamoso yi emfa emomo enum na adehye bi edbetu dwase so mo de omani echemu ewo ebuo kromu ene eye duase ene kenyase ekwantempon ne so a eyade asa ensamoso yi eno so a no mudi dwuma ede eko eyade asamoso no ha adwi papa se ne esifaye no asese niam bebre na ewo ho no enum no musanso de tu dwabe mu sese esanse samoso enyi enso to kakra bi pe no ene nam soma samoso etimi bubugu wo a chese tete pansam ye ewo ho eno enam soma school nkoda so mu ko suku a ekwan a wo so mofa so na no beye ntieti amomo mo metumi akwakodu ayo school mu sine mo metumi esua o se dan nyina no omo etumi kofa kwan tenten ansana omo etumi dom suku mu na so bedu mpo no na chese mra wo so mo disua de ni nyina no emre ni bi etumi akọ ewo ho no mo enu no mo betu dwa sesi ade nyama hodo ha adwe papa enu mu ena pani ba ko ya ne din ene asona de hye kwaten ene nsentwofo etwetwe nkon betu dwase senya samoso etumi ayedi aha adwe papa nsuo to kakrape ina nam soma ni bubuye ewo ho no na draba fon so dan nya no no mo kasa ede efa ho eno entumi emboa no betu dwase omo MP ho mo tumi ni na kasa ye papa chene so mo sro mo omo entumi beboa de hye ye wo eye Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly no mo tumi emboa mo na so kame asempanyifo yi anasa assembly man yi webu enua ede egu na suma onpeso be hwe ede afa ho ede amomo na enya ade ansema hodo ye kyese ho mo no ene omosamoso nto mo srepa sempenifo ebetumi abo mo sanse samoso ye anyway amomo nyuma hodo ye oso motumi edie no enya ade etumi ekonkan ewo ho no mo enya ade bibia etumi eye enum ena mo sanso ene sontwafo twetwe nkomo no mo sanso ede tu dwabia mu se onmonyamfo anasa assembly member je ono so ewo eye kromu ho ya ne din ene onmonyamfo Francis Kwatin enso enya ade a opene ye mo etumi etu nanim to anaso etumi cheche nsemu ede efa ho Enumu ena municipal chief executive ja ono nso ewa Kwabre Isia ne din ene onmonyamfo nana esibebonsu enso edbetu dwa se adehye kuso a kan ena ekeka edefa eye samuso yi ho na enso mo hwe so betumi aboa no betumi samuso yi etumi ede amomu
Kwan ni ewu because last time efa obi wa ha say I owuye nti so ne so to etimi yiri fabric ni so obi entimi fi ha enso mfi aso ye den embassy ne nko I think say aban ni eba ewo muamu a ebeboa because the kwan no join so many roads ebi fa ha e de kopie Kenya ase efa so kopie dia ase nti aban ni be dom ye dia I think say the ni beje question no question Ushe kwanye da wose de nsu sita na se nyame anya ado na se obaby awa kan na se ye de ni twa ebe ye din papa e san se bridge me kwa me nam so sese ni flo nyame amo na se me pati na me hwimu a se sa abobagum e ba se nyame amo ado wa me na magu
Eza we after bridge no so ado say yes enya kra because ma me pamfu e fa so ne ma me fa ese ni me hyera me mani bi kan senya bia bi si wanu amatimi aso ni mu because odi machi a na bi si a asa me twa mani na je say den ya de kwasi ma ye we ni dia kware ne the mass area ha de obi ani ho obeto aba challenges aye face no ano wo ba so hu bridge anura dua ya me de ka be si nso ye ja akromfo ba betu batten because of bridge na mentimi amfa me ka na nwura mo ansa nkwa agufin me lusu o sampasua we su for bridge wenti me say nka say yes o metimi alusu ha because of bridge na adan toto ayentimi nko na okura nka ontimi ma etimi yiri wo na chika na de na ba besena ko sese we ade we egoli de opatwa me na me sese ye ensuo ni yiri ya me obi antimi ntwa ate de obi hye kire ansa na de na twa bridge no adan
Ghana de shebi mu ye ko school Russia man mu na da impendifo akwakofo mo e de aba na emum no makofo mo ni nyina no omo etumi akwaranta omo ho esanse coronavirus no egusua etre ni hye mu e wo man Ghana to ma behwe so coronavirus yi bi e wo nkofu mojamu anaso se bi no mojamu ansana ye jomo e de akọ e omawofo ho anaso se omo fiefie mu
Hona wobe wo fi Moscow, Russia, and Esha ho nyina wo ye student na won number no ye 125 but my ye the wo ba yet one for the normal arrival process no ye share there wa fill the form no, as well as health form no and sana yama wa kowone various centers or hotels to begin the 14 days mandatory quarantine no. Doctors and the medical team call round no wa call for one sample no wa share there wo COVID imbuani bi another one yibia mpoche eyemo no waye aban na o sponsor one ticket no na aban so refa hone accommodation ho so kaw na ezibana wo bezinu na aban na o refa ho kawetia
I observe social distancing I observe protocols ya horo yen science share mask na omo de ebeko baby ebe quarantine on be test o ya positive ya de obeko treatment center negative obe ye be quarantine for 14 days.
Che wo ho na nwume no mo de betu mo se ye nya anko Saturday no afedi ye de ko Tuesday. Enti omo wo ekrofofo na omo ba na omo nyina amra na omo ahan hotel amaye ya ye ko de me ye free. Ti omo de Ghana fo nyina ye kugu ho. Ye dosun pa ye nya kugu ho. E na afi omo ma iska kakra de bedidi for days na aka no. E na ye de e ba enti ne ya sure say ye de Tuesday na de ye be de ye be fie.
Arahusembi esi ewo enkwanta kese abrante bi ya ni din ene kofido yi ni wedi mfinshan eduonu ensia nipa bi mu etumi akwakoku abrante abonituo amotina nanom ewo nsiedo Arahusembi esi ewo enkwanta kese apato empeso aso abrante bi ya ni din ene kofido yi ni wedi mfinshan eduonu ensia abrante yi etina nanom ewo nsiedo enumu ena ne wo fa ya ni din ene oruakwaku ata ene sentrofo atwetwe nkomo no odebatu dwase abrante baako ya ni din ene Gideon edebatu dwase ayade a osusu konfo ya ni din ene Gabriel ne chiame baako ena chese omumienu no omoye nafuye papa nanso no ayade asisi ano ne chiame no nso so omutu se basbasa ya menti mu ase etumi eba na nam so ma abrante doyini etumi eti nananom ewo nsiedo na abrante doyini emra oti nananom ewo nsiedo be yese no numu ena omote se ekame yese omatituo ewo baabi eno nam so ema omotumi ekoho ekohu se na eba ne san ena se yetumi esie no mu na Gideon echechie mu se ayade asese ane de ondo suye pa se menti me ho ase bi ena etumi ba na fufuo mienu yi mu a eno enam so mabaku etumi eti nananom ewo nsiedo yi na emom sese ana omudi emu no akwakwahye eye St Patrick Hospital a omuguso eye ensem nhwehwemu no na emom sese aso de okonfo ya ne din ene gebio ene na radio omuguso a eye ensem nhwehwemu ewo ho no mu
ya be 3 to 4 o'clock no ba shi hono shabu konfo ni fi ni be go to ba hono osifi kama na ofa konfo no kwanye ntino na anti bibia bi e ka be 6 to 7 no a obi ka kire mi se o abo mo fa asini tu o konfo no usu dimeka e ko he ko ya mpa o da bosondana no we are bonto no be 5 to 5:30 ni ho no ma because na the brand na ada e ho no na boy no so no otani mu nyanto kwa wo han entam han omie na mfo na konfo na nka so na wo ho no okwa agobia boy no kuja no etimi minima de potia no a etimi hapo wase ho no ma omutim bo ni tu e kwa so obia no konfo no na kwa bia ni fi ho no ono efunu kwa na da ho no ne free place for one buy minimum wase no offense mass antene de oni to ni bi nti efi konfo ne dem ho no ma because ba bia wada no de ofana bosom dem ho no se bia kadan ni a opie ya ni mi se ya pepe nti ofana konfo no no efana na gebla ini aso so le fan kofi benina ato mpaboa wedi eso on ni na tibe ebeyepe on sin ahin bia
yo ta le be me ni o ma cho
ya se wa
ba to dia ko sha kunama
si ya na o
shwa ma na wasma
me ba no no fa ha e na opoy afa ya ni ya di awie yete ho ni di ho nkomo afa
na me bla ba ko be friend sister bla am si ade was wo fa pia we na am si wo pie kwa abonti ni sisi ano se dia si me nti ase ti sabla yes abonti ho aye de bre ese me ye me di shu ba e mo so wo ma me nko ba bia asem no kure asie no ye ma me nko se me ti fia na fufro nipa fufro so be ka se me se ma se dia ese na ya mpo na che se me di shu na de ekobia ni ha minima ase ba sa to mo ka chem se Gideon abo me ba ni tu ba ko fido nyina ni tu okay oda bosun ma nkoko so mo mo be kan se no oda bosun da no kwa na ho moja no kra ada e che se esintam so ne de nim ho hwe wo ye osema me ba no mi de minim se bia bibi se na ekosie aduane kura mi yie nyina esiwa no pe ya kra na hwe aduane no kra aguo no
o ne ma me anka fa
me ta chwan me ta chwan etinanu ya krampo wo hwe wo nua no mienu
pa chwan
me pa chwan
o muta ko
pa etibo krampo minim Electoral Commission eda baba to dwase new voters register ya mo ho kwan se nyen kwotwotwo edin se na be ya mfimpinu ne aduonu no ebetumi akwakoto aba e yankase ya mampani ya yepe no oda baba to dwase nkofo be yese 37722 ena enya akonya no entumi enya om ID card sanse nsema hodo bi ho asan nkofo yi o se bi so mo ansa na edom card no etumi ahye mo nsa.
One of the mechanisms set out in law for cleaning the register and ridding it of ineligible persons is the challenge system. The challenge system contributes to ensuring and guaranteeing the credibility of the register. It enables a qualified registered voter to challenge the registration of an applicant on the grounds that the applicant does not satisfy the laid down requirements, namely that the applicant is not a Ghanaian, or that he or she is not 18 years of age, or that the applicant is not of sound mind. At the end of the exercise, the number of challenge cases amounted to 37,762 cases. This represents 0.20% of the total register. The regional breakdown will be made available online and after my presentation. From the data, one can observe that the OT region had the highest number of challenge cases per population, with 0.51% of the registrations being challenged. This is followed by the AHAFO region, where 0.38% of registrations were challenged. And then the Volta region, with 0.37% of registrations being challenged. It is evident that most of the challenge cases were from border regions, with the exception of AHAFO. And it gives reason to assume that the challenge cases relate to citizenship issues emanating from the infiltration of foreigners. At a later date, we will shed more light on our findings. The Commission is mindful of the infiltration of foreigners at a number of our registration centers. Additionally, we are aware that a number of minors have found their way into the register. We are confident that the challenge processes initiated at all districts throughout the country will unearth these illegal persons and rid the register of those who do not qualify to be thereon. We are confident that the register that will be used for the 2020 elections will be a wholly owned Ghanaian enterprise, reflecting qualified Ghanaians and Ghanaians only. I'll come to the important subject of the total number of registered voters at the end of day 36. That is the main registration exercise. We now come to the number of persons who registered as at day 36. The number of persons amounts to or add up to 16,932,492.
Omanpenyi abedieche Dr. Mamudu Bawumia edeba betu dwase embra NPP amanyoko no eba aban mu no omo etumi ahwe mandwuma be se 2 million etumi akoso ewo manga na mamusu se no boye papa esanse NPP amanyoko no omo ejomo na so pampe omugu so ahwe se ndwuma bebu so ede ama emabuna hodro ya ewo omanga na yimu.
Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, Ezekiel Siama, the National Chairman of the MPP, the board chairs and board members of the NYA, board chair of the YEA, the CEO of the NYA, distinguished members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. My appearance here is very short. It's almost playing the John the Baptist in a way. Going to prepare the ground for the real gift of the occasion. But today is International Youth Day, and I'm bringing you greetings from His Excellency the President. The youth are the future of this country, and I think that we have been hit very hard by the coronavirus pandemic that we are dealing with, and its implications are very far and wide. And us in government are having to deal with these problems. Of course, government has been through its testing, tracing, and treatment protocols, been trying our best to manage the impact of the pandemic. As at yesterday, we have had about 41,000 people who have been infected with the virus. We've had about 39,000 recoveries, which is a quite significant recovery rate of about 94%. So we have about 2,026 or so people who are actively positive, and we have to manage. But there is so much that is unknown about the virus, and we need to continue to follow what the science and the data tells us. The youth is very, very key in this battle, but government is also very, very key to address some of the challenges that the youth are facing, whether it's in terms of jobs, whether it's in terms of housing, and so on. So we will do our part. But I just want to take this occasion to congratulate the youth of this country on International Youth Day and to say that the future belongs to you, and we'll work with you hand in hand to make sure the future is a bright future for all of Ghana. So on that note, I would like to say thank you. I will beg leave, but leave the main event for the beautiful Samira Baomia. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Prem to break us and AC and Simbia Besomo, AB, and its electoral commission at about to dress a new voters register. Ya a church or you dino, I don't go be now, yeah, what Utimantemu, it's me at the Ghana card, being it's me a church or within Sanso so, and an Castle Biamus or some about 2 jobs and Kobe Benanso, and Anya Quenya ends me and your card and essence and small door, or see to me a be some way and then some. Now for Pambesumo say we are prem to break us here our green TV so Oberton team. Nana Abna Adepa enemy di mada wase no mama mo enisha meda wase